Okay, so, I decided, because, I love JJS, okay? I felt like I wanted to make a video, because I haven't made one in a while, so I decided to make a little flimsy video before I actually start going back to being serious and locked in. I want to make a video about JJS, and one mechanic that I find incredibly annoying in JJS that I find in every single public server. For some background, I've been playing this game for a while now. I have about 4,000 kills, which, yeah, I know I need to get a job. I'm a jobless bum who plays JJS all day. But there's this one thing that's been on my mind, like, throughout the entirety of the game span, ever since a certain update. And you can consider this as a JJK hot take video. So, what's the hot take? I know you're all wondering what the hot take is. And let me tell you, you're not gonna like it. You're really not gonna like what I have to tell you. For controller players, and I think just from that saying you already know what this is, I'm so sorry, okay, but I have to say something. You want to know my JJS hot take? Lock-on should be a bannable offense. I'm being serious when I say that. Lock-on should be bannable. It should count as a cheat, and the reason that I say that is because of how much. Listen, if this was any other fighting game, okay, here's my explanation. If this was any other fighting game, it would be okay. It would be fine. It would be fine. Because, you know, in other standard fighting games, you just automatically shift to your enemy. That's how it works. 2D fighters, like Guilty Gear or like Dragon Ball Fighters, those types of games, yeah, you snap to your target. Because that's how any game that's similar to MK or Street Fighter, that's how this works, okay? Because having the whole turning along with the crazy combo shit is like way too complicated, okay? It's way too complicated, and it's stupid, okay? For Battlegrounds games, one of the key components of the game is, you know, turning your camera. This can be used for angling front dashes or back dashes, anything of the sort. You need to be able to know how to move your camera if you want to play it proficiently. And someone who can move their camera extremely well and understands the movement of a Battlegrounds game will do far better than someone who doesn't. That's just kind of how these games work. For example, I bet 80% of players have no idea that you can do this. I just auto-snap to them. 80% probably don't know you can do that. And that's the cool thing about Battlegrounds games, is that they require a lot less of just general knowledge of what you can do and more knowledge of things that you can do without your abilities, like hook dash. Like that. I'm not really good at hook dashing. That was just kind of an example. I can't really do it on the spot. I'm still trying to learn, okay? But here's the thing with lock-on. When you use lock-on, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're locked on to your target, which means that if you are near them and you use an unblockable move, you will hit them no matter what. It will happen. And I don't know if I can find a controller to prove this, but I can show you that this is real, this happens, and it's a thing. It's a thing that exists. Okay, I found a controller. I actually managed to find a controller. So, for example, I've got my controller on right here. I lock onto the enemy. Okay? Bear with me, because I've actually never played on a controller before. But, see here. I don't have to worry about my camera movement. I don't have to worry. Because the game does it for me. I'll dash around him. Watch. I'm just on him. I'm on him immediately. Look, I press Y and B at the same time, and you can just do that. With 2 button presses. 2 button presses, you do that. And you don't even need to be angled correctly. You want to know why? You want to know why you don't need to aim? Because you have lock-on. Lock-on does it completely for you. Just look. Okay, hold on. I just accidentally pressed it. Hold on. Boom. Just like that. That easy. And look, if I'm around him, right? And I'm doing this. Okay, hold on. It's not letting me. Just that easy. It's that easy. You press B 2 times, Y, and then B again, and I hit the wall because I'm just horrible at this game, right? So I'm attacking him, right? He's blocking, boom, I'm behind him. You don't need to aim. Now usually on actual like controllers and stuff, or like keyboard and stuff like that, you'd have to aim. You could do the same thing, but you'd have to aim it. On controller, you don't have to aim anything. It just does it. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Just like that. That type of tech takes like an hour to practice and master in a private server. That alone. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is what's binded to my X. The block button. Oh, the block button. It doesn't matter what your enemy does. It doesn't fucking matter. It just doesn't matter. If they are trying to dash into you and try to go around your back, you will snap to them. Do you want to know why? Because you have lock on. Because you simply lock on to them. Z, how the fuck am I supposed to beat this as a PC player? And it's the worst part is no matter what you do, if you don't use an unblockable move while they're blocking, it's over. It's over. You cannot hit them. You can't hit them. You can't hit them. They'll just block it and they'll lock onto you. Which is, it's just so stupid. It's literally so stupid. How do I jump again? Oh, that's how I jump. Okay. So, hold on. Let me try and do my special. Oh, that's interesting. And I can roll. Okay. See, I'm already adapting the controller. It's how easy it is. Literally how easy it is to do this. And look at how far you can lock on from. Look at that. If I'm using a ranged attack, you're cooked. If I'm using a ranged attack, you're dead. How do you dodge this? And you wanna know an even worse part? One of the even worse parts of lock on is their front dash. You wonder what they can do with their front dash? Well, think about it. If they're locked onto you and they front dash, something that needs to be targeted on the enemy in order for it to hit, do you wanna know what happens? What the fuck was that? Z, I pressed one button. Look, and I'll jump with it too. Watch. No turning of the camera. No positioning. Nothing. You just. How do I react to that? My man did 300 different 360s on my head and snapped to my back. It's gambling. Look, I'll do it on the, like, I can't even predict when it's, which side it's gonna be on. It's just gonna, you can't even predict that. How do you read that as a player of the JJS, of the Jujutsu shenanigans? How do you predict that? Oh, and it gets worse, by the way, because if you're locked onto their back, you wanna know what you can do? Sorry, I don't know the timing for a black flash, but you can just black flash them. And you don't need to aim your camera, by the way, because you're locked onto them. You're just locked on. There's no need to turn your camera. It's all about camera. I'm telling you this. It's just about your camera. This whole game is about, look at that. Look, did you see? Can we get an instant replay? Can we see that again? Watch. I'm gonna instant replay that right now. How do I as a player react to that? Z, can you answer this question for me? How do I as a player react to this? Look, one more time. I'm gonna do it one more time for you. You ready? One more time. What in God's green earth is that? I need a ref. Can we get a referee on the field? Because that is not that is at least a yellow card. There's no what how do I react to this? How do you propose I react to that? I would love to know. Z, I would love to know how you propose that I react to something like this. Look, I can just, no need to aim. I can just do this. And I just turn. just like that. I did not press a single thing to angle myself in a correct manner. I just used my abilities, and they land. You want to know why? Because I'm locked on. Look. How do you react to that? I'm locked on to him. And I can just combo immediately. And I dash into him again. And I'm hitting. I did not turn my camera a single time. It turned it for me. See? I need you to remove this from your game. Z, I need you to do us all a favor and remove this mechanic from the video game. You need it. Look, I'm still locked on him. I need you to do us a really big favor. And I need you to get this out of Jujutsu Shenanigans. It needs to go. It needs to go. Okay, and listen. I'm gonna hear out all of the. Hold on, let me get out of this. I'm gonna hear out all the other players, okay, that are on controller, which I respect you, okay. How are we gonna aim onto the enemy? Our controller sensitivity isn't big enough to handle something like that, and I got you. Okay, I got you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look in the menu. Okay. Now, listen, I have a controller on. I don't know if you're playing on console or not. Okay, there is a camera sensitivity option. So if you want to turn it up like this, there you go. I think that's good. If you have it hooked up to have it hooked up to a keyboard, which or like a PC or something, that is the cheating I'm talking about. If you're a controller player and you're using lock-on in a controller server, that is completely okay. You wanna know why? Because you're on an even playing field. Because other people have it too. Let's say I didn't have a controller right now. Let's say I didn't have a controller and you did, and you had lock-on, which means you didn't have to turn your camera. It's not very winnable for me, is it? It's not very winnable. And the issue with the cheating that the cheating that I'm saying is happening is players are coming into the PC servers, right? And of course there's no specified servers, but servers that mostly consist of computer players, people who don't have lock-on, and they're putting in a controller and they're locking on to people. That is the cheating I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Okay, it's not the whole like well, I'm a controller player, so I can't really turn my camera like on console because I know there's probably no camera setting on console because, you know, Roblox HQ is lazy and doesn't want to add that. But like just look at this. Look, and then I'll dash just like that, and then I jump. Okay, I'm really clunky with controller settings. Look, I don't even have to know what I'm doing. I really don't. And it gets even worse in Ultimate. D-pad right? What's D-pad right? Oh, shoot, I just froze myself. What is... Oh, I have the selection thing. What the... How do I turn... How do... Help? How do I... Okay, I turn it... Hold on. I'm... Oh my god. Oh, good lord. Okay. There we go. Okay. It gets even worse. Now, the reason I say it gets even worse is because, one, for dismantle and rush, you need to be targeted onto someone. Lock-on just does that for you. I just did open on accident. I am so sorry. I am a horrible example. Okay? But dismantle, say the enemy's blocking, right? All I have to do is just like that. Just like that. And if they don't have lock-on, they probably can't react to that. And in addition, rush is... I don't even have to aim it. I just activated Malevolent Shrine. Okay. I meant to press RT, not RB. But essentially, it just auto-targets to your enemy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It will target them. Which is kind of stupid. I don't agree with it. Me personally, I don't agree with it. But like that's kind of the gist of my argument that lock-on probably should not be a thing in these games because it's just not. Look, I didn't even have to aim that. I'm just hitting him. That was green as fuck, but you already know what I mean, okay? Let me try to block flash, actually. Watch me get this first try. Oh, I just caught it first try. Oh, I'm so cool. I'm so cool, guys. I totally did that first try. That did not require any other additional attempts throughout this video. Oh, I can just throw this thing. This game's still fun, but like, Z, come on, brother. Come on, brother. Let's be for real. Let's just be for real for a second. 1-on-1, man-to-man. You need to get lock on out of your game. Unless... what we need, and how I would fix this, is I would have the system verify if the player is actually on, like, a console. If they're for real on a console, they can have lock on. Otherwise, it needs to go. Okay, that is how I would balance it. That is how I would balance something like this, because me doing this on controller is just not okay. And I can do anything. Can I special my... Oh, shoot, I just entered the thing again. Help, help, I'm in purgatory, help. Oh, there we go. Wait, no, it's not gone, it's not gone. It's... What is going on? Okay, there we go. I'm good. That was magic kick. What am I magic kicking? But that is essentially, that is the gist of my video there. Okay, my camera sensitivity is way too high. I'm turning it back down. There you go. Perfect. That is my claim. That is my JJS hot take about lock-on. I know this was basically a rant video. But nonetheless, I hope everyone enjoyed, and I hope there are some people out there. If you disagree with me, I want to see why, okay? I'm open to whatever claims you have. I'm open for understanding. This is just my perspective, and this is because I've had to deal with this in ranked, in public servers for the past 2 days, and I'm tired. I'm tired, okay? I don't want to fight lock-on users anymore. I think it's cheating, but if you think otherwise, I want to see why. I genuinely want to see why you think that it's not cheating. And understand, for console players, you're okay. Okay, console players, you can use lock-on because I understand. If my camera was this slow, I would want lock-on too. Because that gives you a fair chance. Otherwise, you just don't have the advantage. But for people who are plugging in a controller on computer servers, on a desktop, or a laptop, I don't care which. For those of you who are plugging in a controller just for the lock-on, get a job. Go outside and get some vitamin D. Apply to the nearest workplace. I'm sure you'll do great there. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I'll see you all in the next video, whenever that is, in the next thousands of years to come, whenever I upload again. I might do a JJS video. If you guys want a JJS video, yo, let me know. I will do that. I will do a JJS video. All right. I'll leave y'all with that. Again, if you guys have a different claim about this, tell me in the comments because I want to know. Okay? I'll see y'all. Bye-bye.